And here is one of your final four contestants, Zack Mercury.
Zack Mercury is probably one of the better guys in SPW. And all my money's on this guy, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree because this is Selkirk, Manitoba, Steel Town Pro Wrestling, and the Selkirk Memorial Hall is the house that Fairlane built. Yes, Fairlane, Matt Fairlane. Here's the kid from Selkirk, and here he is, Matt
I
Fairlane.
can tell you one thing, Zack is known as the Hurricane, and what do hurricanes do to houses? They bring them down, baby.
Well, I think you got a point there. There's a lot of big hurricanes there. Hurricane Hannah, Hurricane Ike. But I'll tell you, every once in a while, a hurricane just burns itself out, and the people, the good people of these small towns survive, and they go on stronger than ever.
Yeah, we'll see. Because I'll tell you what, when Zack starts a blowing, I'm telling you, Matt is going to be hurting something fierce. After that last match of his, I noticed that he was limping in the dressing room. So hopefully Zack will see that and he'll take advantage.
And of course, the referee here, Lenny Travis. Lenny Travis is the special referee. He hasn't refereed any of the preliminary bouts because being the senior referee here in Western Canada, he's brought in for these special matches. Lenny Travis, one of the top referees here in Canada.
Yes, that's for sure. I don't think I've ever had him in the ring with me, but he's a man that demands respect. And I'll tell you, he won't take any garbage.
Well, you can see it right now. Zack Mercury very reluctant about being checked. Of course, you wouldn't expect a foreign object on a guy like Mercury. The guy is a weapon just by himself.
That's right. But I mean, the referee does have to do his job, and it's our job to make his job as hard as possible.
Okay, Matt Fairlane, the winner of this will go into the Steel Town Pro Wrestling Championship match.
Well, I'm really looking forward to that. That ought to be one heck of a match. I'll tell you, I'm glad I'm sitting here watching it in person.
And of course, you've got to understand that this is a tournament, so these men are in the ring for the second time this evening. Some of them have been worn down. Some of them have received minor injuries in their previous match. We don't know exactly what shape they're in going into the second match.
Well, that's right. Any professional wrestler would never tell anybody what injuries they have, even their friends. You know what? Because you never know. In a tournament like this or other tournaments, you could be wrestling your buddy the next match. So you don't say anything to no one.
And this is very grueling. You would never expect a Canadian football team to play 2 games in a row, not even 2 games in 2 days, yet these men are expected to wrestle 2 matches in the same night.
Well, that separates the men from the boys, doesn't it? That's why the professional wrestlers are men and the football players are just little boys that like to throw a ball around.
Well, some of them just kick the ball through the uprights.
That's very true.
Back to the match here now. Both wrestlers are ready to go. Both of them very cautious right now at the beginning here. Fairlane on his back there, shoulder blocked by Zack Mercury. And of course, you're always going to go down when Zack hits you with that shoulder.
Oh, absolutely. He puts all his weight into that shoulder block. I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to be at the receiving end.
Now it remains to be seen whether Mercury will throw out the rule book in order to win the match.
Well, if he's smart, he will.
Fairlane, of course, I think he's going to wrestle. He's going to follow the rules. He's in front of his hometown crowd. And, of course, he doesn't want to disappoint them.
Well, I mean, if he was a smart enough man, as long as the referee is looking, he's not breaking the rules. Is that correct?
Well, that is correct. I guess that's your interpretation. There is like that. You can have a different interpretation of the Bible. I guess you can have a different interpretation of the rule book.
I guess so. I do.
Well, yes. Now, Fairlane here.
He's working over that arm pretty good. I mean, that's a smart move. You always take the limb that you're working, the one that's hurting, the one that's visibly showing that he's at pain. You keep working that arm. That's one way of wearing down your opponent.
And it looks like that's exactly what Fairlane intends to do. Work that body part down until, well, because Mercury, well, he's not going to knock Mercury down one-on-one, that's for sure.
Well, he did before. Why would he be able to do it again?
Flying shoulder block, down he goes. Remember that move made famous by Major Max Impact, that flying shoulder block. He knocked you down many times with that flying shoulder block.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, when you got somebody of that girth and that muscular build hitting you, it's like being hit by a Mack truck.
Now Mercury working away the midsection of a young Fairlane here.
That's a great way, when you work in the midsection like that, you're really wearing down your opponent. I mean, that's your vital organs there. That's you lose your breath and everything. So if he continues that, I think he's going to come out on top here.
Well, Fairlane really has got to really turn this thing around here, because right now he is literally on the ropes, and I do mean on the ropes.
So like I said, I put all my money on Zack. He knows what he's doing. He's going to take this little punk to town, and he's going to make Steel Town Pro Wrestling look like a joke. He's going to be the champion of it.
Well, we've told you, Mark, you've seen him on TNA, or some of you have seen him. Send in the cards and let us say you saw that appearance on TNA. He is heading out to Puerto Rico. This guy wants to head out to Puerto Rico on that tournament with the SPW Championship.
Well, I don't know if he... I don't think he'd be able to leave the province of Manitoba with the belt. I'd like to see him try. You know, things can happen, you know. Well, going to the airport, you never know. He might trip and fall, right? But we got to keep the belt. We got to keep the belt in SPW.
Well, I think you're right about that, because you hate to see that. You've heard stories in the past about guys leaving territories with the belts, disrespectful. Zack Mercury, well, he just might do that. He could do that. Who knows?
I could see it. I could see it happen. You know, I wouldn't like it, but then again, I wouldn't blame him either. I mean,
drop kick and a drop kick.
Double drop kick there. Well, that was close. That was very close, Zack. He's got to start pulling his marbles together there if he's going to have any chance against this Matt Fairlane.
Well, earlier in the tournament, I think we saw Zack Mercury beat La Sombra, but Matt Fairlane is no La Sombra.
That's very true. That's very true. He's two Matt Sombras, or El Sombras.
Well, El Sombra, La Sombra, who knows? I know he's just not a Canadian. Or maybe he is now. Spinning heel kick. I don't know about that. I thought I saw Chuck Norris do that back in the 80s, but that was pretty incredible.
Yes, it was very impressive, I gotta admit.
But it just shows you that Matt, he's been studying martial arts, not just wrestling. Mercury is a well-rounded athlete.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to know every aspect of fighting to get into the ring nowadays. It's not just wrestling and holds anymore. It's your knowledge of everything.
Well, and not only that, but Mercury has quieted down the crowd here. They really had a thunderous ovation when Fairlane came out, but right now they're awfully quiet.
Well, they're scared. They're absolutely scared. They know that he's in the ring with a pure professional, and they're scared for Matt, and they should be.
Now they're trying to drum up some support. We can feel the arena shaking here. They're stomping on the floor. Our monitors, our camera equipment are going haywire, and it looks like,
there we go.
For a second, it looked like Matt would make the comeback, but now he's back down on the mat, and he's holding his head. It could be a mild concussion. He's had concussions in the past.
He is back down on the mat. That's why they call him Matt, because his back is always on the mat.
Oh, that just did. Matt Fairlane, great wrestling name, Matt. I didn't see that. But now he's going to the ropes, and he's got to go to the ropes to save himself, because right now, well,
this is going to be a devastating move, I can tell you that.
It looks like...
You know what? The thing is, he's waiting too long. See, that's what I'm talking about.
It would have been a leg drop over the throat on the corner of the ring, but he waited too long, and of course, Fairlane moved in time. Merck looks like he could have pulled a back muscle. He could have pulled a hamstring, because Fairlane is right after him now.
I can also tell you, he might have broke his tailbone there. I mean, he's hobbling pretty good. But you know what? That's not stopping Mercury. He's a tough boy.
Well, Lenny Travis here trying to get him to come back in the ring. I think that Travis is going to give them a lot of leeway. This is a championship tournament. He's probably going to let the wrestlers decide the outcome in this match.
Yeah, well, you can't let them rule the ring. He's got to be the man in the ring. So let's just hope that he can stay there and control these two, especially this Matt Fairlane.
Well, as much as Fairlane really has looked good in this match. Oh! He spins
nice
around.
Head into the turnbuckle. That was a great move.
Very, very, very good thinking on the part of Matt Fairlane. And now an elbow to the head. And now it looks like Z-Merc could be, well, we can't count this guy out. We can't ever count this guy out because, well, at this level, once you get this far in the tournament, it could go anyway.
Anyway. Oh, here comes a big move. That's going to hurt. Oh, that has got to hurt.
Well, I think it's hurt both wrestlers. Fairlane grabbed his back right as he threw down Mercury. I think old Cowboy Bill Watts used to call that an Oklahoma Stampede.
That's true.
But Fairlane looks like he could have hurt his back trying to lift Mercury. Mercury, a gigantic individual there, 6'5", 6'6".
Well, I tell you, the constitutions of these two gentlemen here, I've got to admit, I'm impressed with that. They're taking one heck of a beating. This is their second match, and they're putting on a show like you can't believe.
2 count, and once again, Matt Fairlane kicks out at the 2 count.
You know, I know from personal experience that those 2 counts, especially when the ref is counting slow like that, it's very frustrating.
Fairlane down one more time, and this could be it.
This could be it. 1, 2, and 3. See? It should have been a 3 count right there. Travis is going a little bit too slow.
I don't know. Maybe this hometown hero thing has gotten into Travis's head, and maybe he's just not as sharp as he should be.
I never trust referees. They're all cheaters.
Well, sometimes they just don't see everything. It looks like Fairlane's on the ropes. He's got a submission. It looks almost like a sharpshooter from our angle, but Fairlane is on the rope. Travis makes him break the hold, but it looks like Fairlane is worn down and just about beaten.
I think he just about had it, this guy.
We don't know who that Mercury's going to face in the next round, but it will be a very, very credible opponent, I'm sure.
That has got to be it. DDT to the mat. If Fairlane gets out of this, I've got to give him kudos. But
all right.
it.
1, 2, 3. And...
see? I'm telling you right now, Wayne, this referee is counting a little bit too slow because he's a Matt Fairlane fan. And that's just unacceptable.
Well, you could be right there. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I know that Lenny Travis has got the reputation of being one of the top referees, but so did Hebner when Bret Hart got screwed in Montreal. Okay, something's coming out. La Sombra has just come out of the dressing room. He's come out of the dressing room and he's taken a chair. He's taken a chair from Zack Mercury.
That is unacceptable. That little man should just stay back in the dressing room where he belongs.
Well, this is a case of outside interference. I don't know what how he's going to rule this one. He's got the chair again. Now, Travis has seemed to he's thrown the rule book out. He's letting him use a chair. We've got outside interference. I guess it's anything goes.
I mean, the referee wasn't even counting the 2 guys out. I mean, what is he doing in there? That's got to be it. This is it. This is it. 1, 2, 3.
We'll have to look at the monitor. Fans are on their feet. We've got to look at the monitor here to follow this match here. Now we've got Mercury.
See, look at this. La Sombra is trying to get into that ring. He's trying to cheat. Look at this. Look at this.
He's shaking the
Matt
top rope.
Fairlane is a beaten man. He is a beaten man. And he needs this little twerp.
It's 2 on 1. It's 2 on 1. Top rope. Here he comes.
You know, you get a knee to the back like that. That has got to really put the wind out of you. I'll tell you what.
Well, it's a double knee to the chin there. It looks like he's knocked. His head's got to be shaking now. Now here comes Fairlane off the rope, spins him over, got him pinned. 1, 2, 3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It came out of nowhere. It looked like Mercury injured his back coming off that top rope. Got a knee in the back from Fairlane and never recovered. Fairlane rolls him over in a schoolboy, pins him. Matt Fairlane goes to the finals.
You can't tell me that these 3 guys aren't in bed with each other. This referee has been paid off by Matt Fairlane. I'm going to look into this. This is absolute garbage.
Well, he certainly didn't make any notion when La Sombra entered the ring. Some referees would have said outside interference.
I have never seen any blatant cheating in my life. Even for me, that was an absolute disgrace.
Well, we're going to say maybe. I think that you're going to find out whoever Matt Fairlane meets in the final will probably demand and a different referee, probably a special referee, possibly even yourself, Tom Steele.
Well, I gotta guarantee you, if I get into that ring with a striped shirt, it's going to be a fair match. And if it was me that was in that ring, I'm guaranteed that Zack Mercury would have won that.
Mercury making his way to the back.